Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Lawrence Allcott channel. I can only apologise for this background. I was halfway through doing a video in the beautiful Parkhead Stadium, and then I got chucked out by the stewards halfway through the video. If you want to see some of the majesty of the stadium, of the atmosphere, go over to my Instagram, JL Allcott on Instagram, and you'll see some amazing stuff. Me and Loz are there. We were able to be pitch side, all sorts of great stuff, thanks to BT Sport, which of course is the exclusive home of the Europa League, European Champions League, and the Europa Conference League. I've been able to enjoy this Celtic Leipzig game, and I want to talk to you guys about it because it's fascinating to sort of sit down and take it in, and take in that home advantage and see if it made that much of a difference. We'll get into that in just a second, but I'll also be at the Rangers-Liverpool game tomorrow. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Scottish football fans, hopefully you'll enjoy this one. I was able to kind of watch it with fresh eyes, really, and look at this squad and just see how good are they really? Do you know what I mean? Are they ready for the Champions League? Are they capable of getting out of a group? And at this moment in time, there's a lot of good elements there. There really, really are a lot of good elements. I'm just going to pop around the corner here. And there are a lot of good elements, but the bottom line is, in this game, they played RB Leipzig and they've gone toe-to-toe with them. And for large periods of the game, they were in a really, really good space. A really, really good space. And they had chances. I had a look at their stats. It was really interesting, the tactics that Postecoglou put together here, because there's a team of players there that have come from random leagues, or the likes of Carter Vickers, who was captain today. I thought he was just absolutely fantastic. He had Nkunku for large periods in his pocket. The guy's an absolute tank, and Nkunku was like sort of trying to get at him, but just had no chance. But he was good on the ball as well. I thought the centre-backs played really, really well. And what they did was they played this sort of disconnected press where the front four looked to get at the opposition. But then after that, there was, two banks of four there, or 4 and a 3, just defending a little bit deeper. And initially I thought, it's disconnected, it's not going to work. But actually it was quite smart, because at times it saved the legs for them, but also meant that they didn't get done with balls over the top. Leipzig were good. Schlager in midfield, I thought was really, really impressive. Werner was playing in a different role here. You had Andre Silva, Szoboszlai, I think that's how you say it, Nkunku and Werner. Werner was on the left defensively, but with the ball, because they would all push up, and Celtic were, having those two lines a little bit further back. You had Werner dropping in and almost playing as a bit of a 10 at times, which was really, really weird. The bottom line here is Celtic. I think this is where you sort of have the pain of this season for Celtic in this Champions League. And then next season, I think you might see the fruits, because I think they needed to go through this experience of not ultimately being good enough in terms of quality to know what is needed. And the bottom line is, yes, they've conceded 2 goals, but they've had 13 shots. 11 of those were off target. 10 of those were inside the box. Only 3 of them were blocked. So they had good opportunities. They hit the crossbar twice. They had 4 big chances in the game as well. Look, Leipzig had a few chances as well. And it was, at one point I was thinking, is this actually going to finish 0-0? It's crazy. But Celtic at home, when you know you haven't got the same amount of quality as the opposition, if you get your tactics right, if the work rate's there, if you've got the fans behind you, all of which were there, like when they were singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," it was something that honestly, it sounds a bit much, but it will stay with me forever being there. Like, under the lights, it was really, really powerful. And then the Champions League music hits, and then the decibels just go to the next level. So the fans stayed behind them throughout the game, and they played good stuff. Hatete in centre midfield, I thought was impressive at times. They created stuff as a team. I thought Greg Taylor at left back offered something as well. Maida wasn't really capable, in my opinion, on the left hand side. Didn't even work that hard, to be honest, and didn't show the quality as well. Aaron Moy, you'll know him from his Huddersfield days, came on and made a bit of an impact, but he could have got on the ball more. I think it's one where they need to get back in the Champions League. They need to get back in the Champions League group stage, and then they will know what the standard is, and ultimately play the same way and be better in the opposition's box and take your chances. And this is a team that This is a team that could have caused us upset today. RB Leipzig, you've got to remember what they've done in the Champions League over the last few years. They could have easily won this game. Easily won this game. They didn't. And they've got to be gutted about it. I think Celtic fans have got to be frustrated with the situation there. But I think you've got to take it with a massive pinch of salt and ultimately people go, Scottish football's rubbish. Celtic aren't up to it. I think they were very, very close today. And again, it comes down to that quality and that ruthlessness in front of goal. Loved watching it, loved the atmosphere, loved to be pitchside. As I said, go head over to my Instagram and check it out and make sure that you come back. Hopefully I'll be able to do the next video in the stands, but wasn't able to do it today. But yeah, there's positives there for Celtic. You know, this is a step up, the Champions League, and it's not an easy group. And they had a real go. And you've got players like Riley, who's come from MK Dons last year. This is a big step up. And, you know, just because you played for MK Dons doesn't mean you're not good enough, but it does take time to acclimatise. And I think that's what this season was for Celtic. What will be gutting is if they're not even in the Europa League next year. The time, of course, will tell with that. Yeah, thanks again to BT Sport. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.